Hello everyone. It's been raining the whole day, but the rain stopped and I'm outside. Hope you're doing well wherever you are. Hope you have a good summer. Anyway, it's been 3 weeks since I uploaded my last video, which was about some decisions and paths which I'm kind of shaping for the next year. And there are additions to that for the autumn and the spring and for the future. One is that I'm going back to school. I began my master course in philosophy 3 years ago, but I finished a quarter of it, so all I need to do now is just jump right back in on the remaining courses and then find some interesting topic for my master's paper. And of course that is something I just do for fun, because I always read. I always like to dig deeper into tangents of history, philosophy and all sorts of things. So that's why I can kind of easily combine that with my full-time work and my own business and family life. And it's on half pace, so it's instead of one term, it's put on 2 terms. So anyway, yeah, it opens up doors to have a degree in something, and why not? Because in the future I might really want to dig deeper into some topic, and by having a degree you can kind of just jump right in it and get access to archives and you know, material which you need. And in the end, you know, a life, family life is not only about well, once you have the material stuff all figured out, you can always build on the how should we call it, intellectual capital or some kind of pattern. I mean, I want to have a household which has books, and where, you know, me and my wife, we do interesting things, so it's not just work and, you know, survive the weeks and weeks. You have to have some passion and something you burn for, and that changes through your life. And when you don't stand on one leg, you can always feel comfortable and safe and change the path of life. It takes some time to get there, but hey, it's possible. It's nothing unhuman. And the crux is, if you're the sort of person who is in pursuit of understanding things in a humble way, whatever, you always have the kind of backdrop of what's going on in the world, all the bad stuff and so on, but we always have more than 90% of our time with the daily stuff, making food, eating food, cleaning, living life and so on. And that's where the kind of essence and the path to dealing with stuff comes from, because unless you're in a stable place, in a good spot privately in your household and so on, there's not much you can do and affect in the world, basically. And I always been of that opinion that if you think and believe something, you can always push for that. You can always support certain projects, certain people. You can always you know, affect something, mention something, always do something. And you can always do more of that if you're in a good spot and you feel like things are rolling about in a good way without getting exhausted. And that's the thing with me. I am kind of very hardworking, and I like to get things organized and get things in shape as soon as possible, whatever that might be, because that gives me just like you know, when you play music, if you're jamming, once you get that kind of flow, that kind of jam background, you can just go loose and improvise and explore and really be in the present of what you're doing. So that's that. This video will not be about any serious worldly matters besides that of a personal nature, and I can feel free to indulge in that. You know, that's the reason one of the, maybe the biggest reason while having this channel and making these videos is because I love doing it. It's satisfying, and it will serve also as some kind of an archive for my children to see, you know, hey, you know, my father did those videos, he did that and that. and one improves also. So I'm thinking about improving kind of the optical side of this thing I'm doing, you know. Gonna do some research into new cameras and you know, having a minimal but good equipment for, say, a long hike or a kind of an adventure, you know, to get some good material done. Yeah, so that's my kind of private indulging aspect now, and that's what I'm feeling like sharing. And that also feels right about time, because my channel is now above 9,000 subscribers, and most of them came through other kind of videos than these sort of videos I make most of the time, like the music video I did for in the year 2525, which combined Metropolis and that song. I put some effort in it and it's really appreciated, and some tutorials and other stuff, and I never thought I would get past 10,000 subscribers, but I will do that in 2, 3, maybe 4 months, I don't know. So that will be something special, because yeah, 100,000, that will take some time. So I'll need to make something for that occasion in some way, and it's fun to see things progressing and so on. This is so beautiful. It's hard to see on camera, but you can see the skies are wonderful. The skies are purely wonderful. It's hard to capture on camera, but you can see there's a huge landscape here, and over there you see the ocean, and here we have the megaliths. And this is the site I made my first YouTube video, where I showed myself on camera and talked to the camera. And I love to visit megalithic sites, and there are many sites I've visited and done videos on, and there are still many more on the list, waiting for the right weekend or just the right time to get to them. Another thing I'm kind of indulging in and want to prepare for and have in our home and have some time for it, and not just time, but you have to have the kind of creative spark and you know, will to do it too. Sometimes you have time, but you might be tired and so on, is to offer creative stuff for my children and be there doing those things with them. So the home studio is kind of set up. I have a keyboard, you know, the M Audio, you connect it to the computer or the iPad. And just the other day I was just sitting there and listening to my daughter and both of them playing, and you know, I turned on some soothing sounds like pads and electric piano, and the way they fiddle around and explore, it was really calming. And you know, if I want to have a jam band secured for the rest of my life, I need to get them into music and so on. And I know many people yeah, you know, go to courses when they're young, like to learn the piano, guitar or something, and that is most often a way of killing the fascination with music and so on. Because I can remember myself, I didn't have much access to instruments, but when I had, I really wanted to be alone and just try out, you know, what if I do this, what's that, how does this sound, and so on. And that's where curiosity comes in, especially if you have a parent who's offering that to you. So yeah, that's one of my good-willed plan, to kind of always have family members who are willing to join in on a jam session. Hopefully they will be good singers, so we can do something. Yeah, I mean, you have to have kind of ambitions, right? And I think that's the right way to go, to have it access to them. And you know, after a certain amount of time and fiddling around, playing and exploring, you can start to learn melodies here and there and kind of learn the theoretical side of music. But that's not the place to start with for most people, really. It's much is just to be learned, and yeah, the learning is not the problem. It's actually just keeping the interest, the kind of connectivity to the instrument, to the sound, to the rhythm and so on. And for me myself, I haven't been playing a lot of music over the last years. I used to play a lot, so when I got this M-Audio keyboard, I was really thinking about Behringer Odyssey synth. If this was 6-7 years ago, I would get one of those and do soundscapes and stuff. But maybe in the future, I thought the M-Audio was a better way because you can have a more variation of sounds. So that's that, you know, that's the thing I'm really kind of shaping my life at the moment. and those are the things I think will, you know, bear fruit. I've heard people say, you know, the more you kind of give to life, the more you get back, and the same goes for people. The more you give to them, or you're just present and being interested and curious in a friendship or a family relation and so on, the more you will have something lasting and interesting. You can't be you know, a father who's just working and, you know, providing, and then thinking that in 20 years you will have a, you know, good close tie with your children. So one has to have the balance of a career and providing, and the man is the pillar of the family, you know, the mother is another pillar, and both are needed, and in a balance I think it's what bears fruits. And for those of you who have children, you know that sometimes you have to do a lot of cleaning, sometimes you're tired, but staying put there is really rewarding. So the skies are just getting better and better here. You can't capture this on camera, but over there, for example, you can barely see it on camera, but it's really like rays are hitting just below the sun over there in a beautiful way. That was that for this video, just a personal kind of update. There are many things, and many times I feel like making video or sharing some ideas and thoughts, but you have to have the camera, you have to be in the right mode and so on, and for whatever opportunity comes, you know, that's what I get. So thank you for watching. Hope you have a good last week of July. Take care and all the best. Ciao.